Chigowe, obviously, he's the son of Dynamos, has been part of the system. Head coach job, it feels like that should have happened towards the end of last season, but he's been given that role on a substantive basis for 2025. Do you think he can take Dynamos further than they did, especially in the CAF Confederation Cup, the Chigowe Super Cup? Can they challenge the newcomers, the Scotlands, the Simba Boras? It sounds ridiculous even saying that, to say the can Dynamos challenge the newcomers, but it's the weird reality we live in when it comes to our local football right now.
So I'm going to come to your question a bit later, but I'm going to start with addressing the part of leftovers. I don't think there are leftovers.
Yep.
I think the cake is too big for everybody. Although you see, the money bags, Scotland getting into the market early, getting what is seemingly the best players, from our local league. But look at what Dynamos have done recently. They got Farao Mtatu, who was previously based in the United States, though didn't really play in the Major League Soccer. But when you get drafted there, look, our football and their football is a bit different, whether we like it or not. So there's something that they saw, in Farao Mtatu. So for Dynamos to get him, I think it was a coup. And you also look at players like Lloyd MaBlanyo coming to, yes, last season he was playing for Scotland and all that, but we have seen his immense potential. Yes, he's gone to countries like Botswana, but we know what he can deliver. You just need a proper coach, a good coach who can then turn around his career. We've seen a number of players also trying their luck at Dynamos. So are they going for leftovers? I don't think so. I'm sure Lloyd Chigowe has been in the trenches for the longest period, and especially working with juniors. And I know he can come up with something that we're not expecting, something that people are not expecting. So don't rule out Dynamos. As for teams like Scotland coming into the fore, grabbing everybody, Simba Bora as well, seemingly taking everybody, I think they are in for a rude awakening. Yes, they've got money and all, but in terms of what then happens on the field of play, we have seen precedents has taught us. We had FC Platinum when they came onto the fore. They got everybody. Remember the Josh Tangods of this world. They got all the good players. Charles Sibanda, then former soccer star of the year. They got everybody who was good. But what did they produce? They had the top gotcha, the later Benjamin Moyo. But what did they produce? Nothing. So I look at presidents and I look at this. It's going to be very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, against all odds, you're going to see other teams also rising to the fore. Look at Caps United. They're trying to revive players like Kundai Benyu. We are going to see exciting stuff in our local premiers. That's what I'm looking forward to. But I don't think there's going to be somebody who's going to run with the baton like that and everybody else is in the background.
But to go in terms of his pedigree as a coach, some people may be even suggesting that Joel Lupakla, who's now the head coach at Simba Bora, played a critical role as well in terms of the attacking impetus. I mean, looking at Chigowe, he's had interim roles at Dynamos before. Do you think, he's the right person? I mean, he's been largely credited with his developmental work, but it's a different kettle of fish. Leading a professional side in the top flight, and obviously having to do that with having to rebuild that squad as well.
People will always be people who talk, because it's an imromo and all that, words will just come. Yes, Chigowe was in the background, but remember, Genesis Mangombe, who was in the background when Genesis Mangombe won the Chibuku Super Cup before he was given a job. It was Lloyd Chigowe. Yeah, and now people are saying, no, it was Joe Lupasla who did this and that.
So people are not giving him credit.
Yeah, they are not. Look at most players were developed by Lloyd Chigowe. Let him work with these players, because he understands all these players that have now flourished. Remember, at some point, Lloyd Chigowe took charge. It's his time now. Let us see what he can produce. Genesis Mangombe was given an opportunity. What did he do?
Definitely looking forward to the Lloyd Chigowe era at Dynamos. He's already got a trophy in the bag. Last season's Chibuku Super Cup trophy. Can he add on to that? He felt like they could have done better in the African Safari last season. He's got another bite at it again this season. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.